If you are any of the recent generations, you would agree that the internet is a very important thing. It quite literally powers almost every aspect of modern society. So that's why in today's video, I'm going to talk about all the cool things about the internet, including its history and some random stuff I found or thought up while researching this topic. The internet wasn't founded by a single person or entity, however it was founded through many different types of scientists and researchers over the decades. Its origins can trace back to the United States Department of Defense, and more specifically the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA. DARPA was founded in 1958, and in 1969 ARPANET was founded. ARPANET was first used to deal with military purposes like, preventing military attacks against the United States. It wasn't until the 1990s when the internet started to become widespread. At the age of 38, a Giga Chad known as Tim Berners-Lee was like, alright, I'm gonna make some sick code that'll make this internet thing enter the public. And on April 30th, 1993, Tim would make the world's first web browser, World Wide Web. If you're a millennial, you would have remembered the PTSD-inducing sound of dial-up. However, I was fortunate enough to be born in the 2000s and never had to live with that. Dial-up was the method used to connect to the internet by using your house's phone line and then produce an analog signal through it. But the problem with this is that if someone wanted to make a phone call, that would script the internet signal and then you'd have a bad connection. Fortunately, in 1997, wireless connection to the internet, also known as Wi-Fi, was created, so now you wouldn't have to deal with all these messy cords. Okay, history lesson over. Now let's fast forward to the present. How about when COVID-19 started? How was school or college? Not great, I'll tell you that. You didn't get the chance to socialize or give your friend a high five or a hug because you were locked inside. The internet was there to give you Zoom or Teams or whatever to call your classmates and do work from the comfort of your own bed. However, for me, I only had to deal with online classes from March to June 2020 because in the fall I was sent to middle school, needing to wear masks, carry a bottle of hand sanitizer, and stay 6 feet away from people. Alright, let's see what else I could talk about. When the internet began its popularity in the 90s, it was quickly viewed as a fad or just a trend. I found an image of a newspaper from the early 2000s by the Daily Mail saying this: "The internet may just be a passing fad as millions give up on it." I attempted to find the full article, but can only find the start of it on images, so here it is.
The internet may be only a passing fad for many users, according to a report. Researchers found that millions were turning their back on the World Wide Web, frustrated by its limitations and unwilling to pay high access charges.
Oh boy, would that age horribly. I love that last part where they say,
far from replacing other forms of communication.
Also, this dude's neck must hurt a lot by looking at his computer like that. I know it's not impossible, but I mean, like, for me, it just looks uncomfortable. I don't think I could talk about the internet without talking about memes, so let's talk about them. Memes have been around since, like, the beginning of the internet, but they wouldn't become mainstream until, like, the mid-2000s. For example, some of these memes were like Nyan Cat, Chocolate Rain, those flashy color ones, and the memes like the top and bottom text, and those became really popular and they, like, spread like wildfire. From what I can tell, memes have become less of haha joke funny and more based on reality and mockery. Instead of all those flashy memes from the 2010s, in the 2020s you get people making fun of tragic events. Now don't get me wrong, I've laughed at like a lot of these. I shouldn't, but I did anyways. Take for instance the OceanGate submarine and its 5 passengers imploding while trying to find the Titanic. The memes were already made before we even got news that they even died. In 2015, if you wanted to make a 9/11 joke, people would be like, it's too soon, you can't joke about that. But in 2023, I can't scroll past 3 videos without seeing a slideshow of like 9/11, Nazis, or OceanGate, or some other current meme that's been trending. Alright, this video is getting a bit too long, and I want to make it up before September, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on October 1st with Halloween 3. See you later.